Hello, my name is Starlight and welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is, and as you see, I have some friends behind me. Looks like a blue jay, of course it's all black, and a raccoon. And anyway, I do come to this place. I love coming here. The energy is not great, but at least I'm in the shade. So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and I hope you're being kind to yourself and kind to others, and make sure you know, like, because the summer season and stuff like that, there you might be tempted to eat unhealthy food, you know, at picnics, you know, maybe you're going to parties and, you know, all the cookies and cake and ice cream that's available, or even snack food. So, you know, and everything they say in moderation. You know, if you're gonna, you know, eat stuff that you know is not good for you, try to at least put some fruit and vegetables in there with it, you know, or, you know, on the side. So anyway, I do love you, and I do say these things because I care about you, and I've seen many people, you know, that didn't eat healthy their whole life, and it does catch up to them later on in their life. So that's why I care, and that's why I do speak up. If I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything. I just would let you eat whatever you want to eat, but you do have a free will to eat whatever you want to eat. But in everything in moderation, they do say. And anyway, I love you so much. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give this video a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you could leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share. Plus, you could check out my playlist, because you never know what the heck Starlight's going to talk about next. And you could also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So again, today I was going to talk about one topic, but today is my day. I'm going to be very busy as far as not being on my vacation time. It didn't really feel like a vacation time. I worked so hard on my so-called vacation time, but and because I worked so hard, I wasn't able to really focus on myself as much as I would normally. So anyway, today's my last vacation day. And so I am going to be busy packing up and doing different things to get ready for tomorrow, and saying goodbye, you know, to some people. And well, I'm going to be in this area. But anyway, ooh, I think a fly or a bug. So anyway, today, this is a very hard video to make. And so I'm like Alice in the Wonderland going down the rabbit hole. There goes Starlight. Hey, Starlight, where are you going? I already been in the rabbit hole for a while, you know. And what do you find out in the rabbit hole? And it's going down the rabbit hole like in Alice in Wonderland. You end up finding out things that you didn't know, you know. And it's a big wake-up call for me, and it's been like that for years now. Is I knew a long time ago, somebody told me, and I didn't know what to think of it. They said, this is all an illusion, you know? I'm like, all an illusion? What do you mean? And so ever since that seed was planted, which God planted that seed to help me to wake up to the real reality of this world, did it happen overnight? No, it definitely didn't happen overnight. That, you know, I heard that information like probably 20 years ago, that this was all an illusion, and it took some time to understand that. So some of you might not watch those Matrix videos that I make because it's too much for you. You're like, you know, you might not know what to do with those. You know, a lot of you are, but Starlight, that's just a movie. Well, no, it's a documentary. So you really got to check that out. They do have stuff on YouTube that explains what that documentary means of the Matrix, which I recently was watching that. So anyway, with that is when you decide that you'd rather know the truth than be fed lies, because that's how we started in society, in this reality, through our family, they've been lied to, and they didn't know any better, and they just believed everything they were told, and then they brought you up and told you the same lies that they were fed their whole life and what their family was fed, and it goes through generation after generation after generation after generation after generation. So what would you rather know? Would you rather, like the blue pill or the red pill? What pill would you take? Would you take the blue pill or the red pill? You have a choice. And I always get these colors mixed up because I'm always thinking the red and the blue, So one pill is gonna, where you're just gonna believe the bullshit that you've been fed your whole life, and the other pill is gonna be where you go down a rabbit hole, and that's where God is gonna really show you some things and reveal that this is all an illusion and we've been lied to. And the more that you work on yourself and find out who you are and do guided meditations, working on the third eye. My third eye is definitely open, and there's ways that you could tell. I'll talk to you another time about that topic, but having your third eye open, and the more you work on that third eye and keep it activated, is the more and then you got to ask questions. You got to ask God, the universe, the questions, and ask for guidance, ask for wisdom, whatever it is that you've been always wondering. You got some questions, and it doesn't always happen. It's sometimes you'll get the answers right away, depending on what it is, and it always hits you in a way you don't expect it. It never just lightly just kind of shows up. It sometimes you get the answers, and you might get upset with people, and you might get mad. You're going to get mad when you start finding out the truth. You're going to get really upset because, the pieces of the puzzles are going to start forming, and things that you never could figure out when you were younger. You probably were right about stuff, but you just didn't know how to get the answers. And then when you start asking these deep questions, about reality in your life, and why did things go the way they were when you were kids? Why did you have the parents that you had, or have, like all these different things, will start coming together. I don't know how your family is or even was, so you might have questions about your mom and dad like I did, and it's kind of funny. I didn't think my parents were my parents when I was a kid. And then I found out later on I have a legal document that says there's no proof of my existence. So, and I have a sealed letter from the New York State Health Department when I did a New York State research for my name to find out, about my birth certificate, because I couldn't find it anywhere, is that they did a New York search on my name. I even actually took pictures of that to somebody that I used to watch on YouTube, to prove, hey, I don't exist. I guess I can't get in trouble for anything because there's no evidence that I even exist here. So maybe you got some funky stuff, that you've been trying to figure out, and have you been lied to in your family? Were your parents lying to you? A lot of parents do. Some of you probably, I never lied to my kids. Well, did you ever lie about Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and all that? Because that's the only lie I did when my kids were little, but I didn't let that go on for a long time. My daughter was like about 5 years old, and I told my kids the truth. Bam. And my son was like 3. So they knew the truth when they were really young. What they do with that information when they have their kids is all up to them. So we have a choice to be honest with our kids or to lie to our kids. What kind of mom and dad are you? Are you the kind of parents that lie to your kids and deceive them, or are you the kind of parent that, the truth that you tell them so they can be set free and know the truth from the beginning? It's so important for them to start off with the truth. But like I said, we have been lied to from the beginning of time. And that's what this video is about today, is to really watch out, even the videos I make. I want you, even though I put a video out there, I really want you to research what I say. And, it is so important because even at churches, I've gotten deceived at churches. That's where we're supposed to go and, like believe, trust those people that guide us to go to church and to worship God. But I've been deceived at the church. So if you've been deceived from your family, and then you've been deceived at the church and the government, you bet your ass you've been deceived by the government. So if you believe everything that's on the news, you are definitely in a heap load of trouble. If you believe everything that the news tells you, you are, I met one person in my whole life, a toxic person that, I told him, I said, hey, my YouTube channel is about waking people up to the truth. And I said, hey, with COVID, were they being honest to you at COVID on the news? Where did they get that information? They were putting fear out there, getting everybody afraid to hurry up and run out there and hurry up and get that injection quick. And that's how a lot of salespeople do things. Even auto mechanic guys. I recently, with my tires, they had nails in them. They could have helped me out in such a way by getting just plugs in my tires to, just because of my situation financially. But no, they wanted to hurry up and hurry up and sell me tires and hurry up and get my money and hurry up and hurry up and hurry up. That way I'm not thinking, that way I don't have time to think about what am I doing, what are my choices, is this the direction that I want to go? So you got to really be careful in the Bible, like I remember in the Bible it says, not to be in haste, not to be rushing, we shouldn't be running and hurrying up. That's where they get you, is because you're not thinking. You're going, like the news, they plant fear like they did with COVID, is to get you afraid, plant fear in there. And then, if you got certain family members that are really afraid when they hear stuff on the news, then they're like a virus that are going to come to you and, they're going to put their fears onto you. They're like, oh my, I love you so much. Please go get the injection, because I love you. And this is how the system works, is that they know that there's people like that out there. And they've learned this long time ago in history on the radio station, long time ago. I got to research this. I forgot to do that in the other video before. Is long time ago they had a story on the radio. They were just telling a story, and it was about an invasion of aliens. And the whole area of where that radio station, they were afraid. They were all like scared. They were getting guns and all this. And so they learned long time ago that fear was a great tool to use on the people, and it motivated the people. How did it motivate the people? Just like with COVID. How many of you went out and ran out and was, try to be the first one to go get that injection, or get in line or get the next jab, So, and I'm not here to judge you. It was a test. That COVID was a test to see who was going to fall for it, and who, the ones that didn't take it were the ones that were standing up for their rights. So Starlight never took the injection, but I did get COVID because I traveled somewhere around that time, and I went to a dirty hotel, and I went out and I wasn't thinking. I went out and I ate at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I should have known. I was a cleaner at the time, and I seen germs everywhere. They didn't have the place clean, so Starlight did get sick. I mean, it was all the times that I actually got out of my comfort zone is when I got sick. If I just stayed in the area where I was living, I might have never gotten the COVID. But, so they lied to us, and they planted fear. I actually met a nurse when I had to go get a mammogram at the hospital before, around the time of COVID. And the nurse had to ask me, like all these doctors and nurses do, is after COVID, they knew that the COVID injection was really doing a lot of damage on a lot of people. So that was one of their top questions if you went in to get checked out by your doctors, to say, hey, did you get the injection? And if you did, how many injections did you take? How many stabs did you get? So the nurse asked me, the one that was going to do my mammogram, she asked me, did you get the injection, for COVID? And I'm like, no. And she was the only nurse or doctor that said, good for you. I was like, wait a minute, you're supposed to try to pressure me in to try to get me to get the injection. See how that works? They get these people, the doctors and the nurses, they get in a program, whether they believe in this shit or not, but their job is to get more people to get vaccinated and, you know, to even deceive the nurses and the doctors. And the government controls these doctors. You know, the doctors, just like the presidents can't do whatever they want. It's not the president that is running the world. It's that handful of people that are running the world. You know, so the handful of people are, you know, controlling, like the puppet master, controlling the government, controlling the schools, controlling the churches, controlling the doctors, the nurses, you know, so they don't have a free will in those places. They got to do what they're told, or they're going to get kicked out of those places. They will not be able to, you know, like to do service in those areas, you know. So this video is being made because what I've been learning as Alice, like Starlight's Alice in the Wonderland, is what I have been learning. And this is a shocker. It really, you know, I got message from God, the universe, let me know that I was going to go through something and that it was going to, you know, like it was going to hurt me in one way or another. And, you know, the truth does hurt. When you find out the truth, it does hurt. When you find out you've been lied to your whole life, it hurts. It really does. You're gonna, when that truth really hits you home and it really wakes your ass up, just like COVID, all the lies that they did to us at COVID time, it will tick you off. You will get so mad and you will get angry. Your blood, your heart rate, like mine was just this morning, is gonna get really pumping when you find out the truth. But the truth will set you free, right? It will. You know, wouldn't you rather know the truth than a lie? Why would you want to live a lie your whole life and not know the truth? You know, because the truth will set you free, but you're going to get ticked off first when this happens. So the reason why I'm making this video is so important, you know, whether you watch YouTube channels or anything that you study or do researches, is research those things out. So I was researching something for a new video, which I can't study today because I got a lot going on today. I got to pack up, make sure I have everything. Is you're gonna find out that because we are in a stimulation matrix, is that there are gonna be people in your life that you really thought you knew. There are gonna be people in your life that you trusted. You know, I got family, there's some family members, absolutely, I do not trust them. If something comes out of their mouth, most of the time, I don't believe anything that comes out. Now, I did have some people that were here, but is no longer here. That particular person, I always, you know, it was either they were being honest with me or they were deceiving me. So it was, I never really knew where to stand with that person. And then there's other people that you might have in your life that you always believe what they tell you. You know, they've always been honest with you, you know, and then bam, right, it will blow you up. It will really get you upset, you know. So even the ones that are so close, it could be your wife, it could be your husband, or your mom or dad, your children, you know, your grandchildren. I don't know how old your grandchildren are, depending on how old you are. You know, being you were a parent at one particular time, you are still a parent, you know. So it could be your best friend. It could be a YouTuber, you know, where you trusted them the whole time, and then bam, and you know, where they might say something and then you find out what they said is not true. So, and this is hard because I'm putting myself into this whole thing too, is because it's so important, you know. And I have a correction to make on my YouTube channel, and that's what I will be putting out soon, because I got deceived on something, and then I put the, you know, that thing on my YouTube channel. So I do have to correct that, and that is part of the reason why I'm making this video here. But you're gonna have family that, you know, their whole life, you might be older than them, but their whole life that you brought, you know, like it could be a friend of yours that, you know, they've always been honest with you. And then out of the blue, for some unknown reason, you ask them a serious question. It could be a health problem, a health issue, and you like ask them a question, and because they've been honest with you, you thought their whole life, and then they tell you something that is not true. And you believed them, though. You believed them and said, well, I believe this person because I always trusted this person. Well, this is how this whole matrix shit goes, is you're going to have family members, loved ones, people that you really thought you knew. And this is the whole part of the Matrix, is that just like Agent Smith in the Matrix, if you haven't watched the Matrix, you really got to check this out. Agent Smith can jump into anyone, like shape shifting or something like that, and he could jump into somebody. Not that it's really Agent Smith, but it's a dark force out there that can jump into somebody that you really love and you really trust, and you ask them a question and they tell you something, and you like, well, because this particular person told me that, I believe what they said. And then you said, you know what, for some unknown reason, you decide, you know what, I'm going to research what they said. Like God was telling me, Starlight, I want you to go and research what they said. So I did. I went and Googled it, and I researched what they told me, and I was beside myself. I'm like, why? Why did they tell me this? I believe this person. I always believe this person. And now I'm like, I got deceived by, and it says in the Bible, Jesus was betrayed, I think by Julius or something his name is. I'm not going to quote myself on this, but he was betrayed by one of his disciples. But of course, Jesus must have known that this was going to happen. Jesus wasn't stupid. This was something that was going to happen anyway. But he was betrayed by a kiss. Look what happened to Jesus after he was betrayed by one of his disciples. So watch out for those ones. And that's what they do. That's what the cult church did to me years ago. They used my family to hurt my family members, my kids, to affect me. So that's what you got to watch out for. This matrix, what we're in, they're gonna use your family members, your mom, your dad, your kids, your grandpa, grandma, grandkids, friends, your cousins, whoever, and they're gonna use the ones that you're so close to, and you're gonna find out, why did you lie to me? It's heartbroken. It's heartbreaking when you trusted somebody. You never thought they ever lied to you, and then bam, out of nowhere, for no reason. It's because Agent Smith jumped in that person and used them, and they're not even aware of it. And they'll lie to you. These people will lie to you. You trusted them, and then you could believe that lie, and it could really, really affect your health in a really negative way, because whatever they lied about was a health topic issue, which I will be bringing that up soon. I got to do more research on that. I'm not quite ready for that topic yet. And it's so vitally important. I was blown away with that topic. I'm like, wow, this is even worse than I thought. So you gotta, even the doctors, it is so important. Don't you believe in trusted doctors? A lot of you say, no. Exactly. We're supposed to trust the doctors. Do you trust your pastor? No. Why? Do you trust the school system? No. Why? These are the people. Do you trust the government? Absolutely not. So we got to be careful who we trust. No matter, doctors, research. When the doctor tells you something, go get a second opinion. Go research what they said. Don't just because a doctor says, they're puppets a lot of times. Not all doctors, not all people are puppets, but there's a lot of puppets out there. There's the puppet masters that are controlling all these people and affecting you. not just affecting you, but affecting me and many people in the world. There's many cases out there with doctors messing up and ruining people's lives. But then there's cases out there with great doctors out there, and they're probably more than likely not working for the government. You know, so the ones that are really working, the government controls these doctors. The government makes them do this. You know, so you got to really be wise in who you trust. Watch out for your, you know, if your family members start to, oh, sorry, I got an itch. If your family members tell you certain things, research it. If I tell you something, research it, please. Please, I am so deadly serious. Research it. Don't just blindly believe. I've been deceived by somebody I trusted before. So really do the research. Don't, because we can't be lazy at this time. We have to take that extra energy and say, you know what? I'm going to research this. Research everything. Go and look, you know, and not just the first thing that you run across, you know, because if you Google certain things, Google's going to lie to you at times. You're going to find people that are, because they're lined up with the government, they're going to lie to you. So you've got to really do a deep search on this stuff. And I am talking to myself. So anyway, I love you. I really hope you get a lot of help from this video. Please do the work. Research it. Find out how to research, how to do this, how to find out the truth. Ask God for guidance to get the truth that you need. The truth will set you free. The lies are going to mess you up, and it will give you some lessons to learn. I love you so much. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. Please, 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 please share this video. This is one of those absolute share videos. The truth will set you free, but it will first tick you off. It will piss you off. You've got to do the research. I love you so much. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And, you can also check out my playlist. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you so much. This is Starlight, love, light, and